So Andrew Yang did something pretty creative during the debate last night. During the opening statement, he announced that he's doing his own trial universal basic income program. Watch.
In America today, everything revolves around the almighty dollar. Our schools, our hospitals, our media, even our government. It's why we don't trust our institutions anymore. We have to get our country working for us again instead of the other way around. We have to see ourselves as the owners and shareholders of this democracy rather than inputs into a giant machine. When you donate money to a presidential campaign, what happens? The politician spends the money on TV ads and consultants, and you hope it works out. It's time to trust ourselves more than our politicians. That's why I'm going to do something unprecedented tonight. My campaign will now give a freedom dividend of $1,000 a month for an entire year to 10 American families, someone watching this at home right now. If you believe that you can solve your own problems better than any politician, go to yang2020.com and tell us how $1,000 a month will help you do just that. This is how we will get our country working for us again, the American people.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
That's good. Okay.
It's original, I'll give you that. The American people are divided.
So there's a reason I kept in that little bit extra there for you to see. Kamala Harris laughing at it. Mayor Pete smugly being like, it's original, I'll give you that. And then he goes into his boring-ass dumb speech. The American people are divided. Yes. I'm going to say words now. Do you like my words? There's a reason I kept that part in at the end. Because when I first watched that, honestly, my reaction was, I was relatively indifferent, okay? They made a big deal. Andrew Yang's campaign made a big deal about this beforehand. Andrew Yang's going to do something amazing at the debate tomorrow night that nobody's ever done. It's going to be so great. And there were like a bunch of articles about speculating. And then right before the debate, news broke, he's going to do his own trial UBI program. Now, this is news, but he also has done a version of this previously. I don't know if he did it with just one person or a handful of people previously, but he has done his trial UBI program. He's just doing it now with more people. But my reaction was like indifferent. I was just like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But I didn't care. It wasn't like a big deal to me. I flipped a little bit, and I'm more on Andrew Yang's side now, specifically because of the smug-ass reactions of Kamala Harris and Mayor Pete. Because Kamala Harris and Mayor Pete are just like typical smarmy standard politicians. And so they're like, look at this man doing something different and interesting. They're like, you know, they're the like color in the lines kind of people. Kamala's opening statement was like, let me talk directly to Donald Trump. And then at the end of it, she was like, and now you can go back to watching Fox News. It's so scripted, so standard, so predictable, so boring. So, I mean, I follow politics so closely and I've done it for so long that it's like, it's so snooze fest to me. I'm watching it and I'm like, Mayor Pete's was the worst. You saw the beginning. The American people are divided. Yeah. Oh, Pete, what a wonderful, brilliant thought. Oh, yes. Did you read that in a fucking fortune cookie, dipshit? I hate it. I hate it so much. So, honestly, because of the smug reaction from the establishment characters, that kind of made me like it even more. Because, again, while I don't support Andrew Yang, at least he's different. At least he's, like, he actually has something he's running on that he cares deeply about, universal basic income. And he's actually his own person with his own ideas. And he actually is running on those ideas. And he's trying things out. And it's just so obnoxious and annoying that you got these, like, just cookie-cutter politicians who are, like, looking down at him. Well, guess what, Kamala? You're laughing at him. He's tied with you. He's tied with you, and nobody knew who he was 7.5 minutes ago. So, you know, enough with the smug... You're laughing. Well, guess what? The 10 people who are going to be getting $1,000 a month, they ain't laughing. They're happy as a motherfucker. So I like the idea. Again, I'm a supporter of universal basic income. I don't think I support it the way Yang crafted his own. I would do a further left version of UBI than he's doing. But that's neither here nor there. He's doing something interesting and new, and he's getting nothing but scorn from the establishment. Well, guess what? He's polling better than at least 10 establishment figures, so he's actually offering something interesting. Again, I could go into all my disagreements with Yang now, and I have many of them, and his people don't like it when I talk about those disagreements, but I don't give a shit because I do have disagreements with him, and, it makes sense to point them out in the context of covering him. However, again, the fact that he's trying something new and interesting and the establishment people are like looking down at him, that just makes me like it even more. And I say to him, keep going, man, because, God, they offer nothing. Like, what are Mayor Pete and Kamala Harris bringing to this race other than boring, predictable centrism? Best case scenario, they would be Obama-esque in how they govern. So, I got no interest in them. And I can see why, even though I'm not in Yang Gang, I see why some people are attracted to him as a candidate. Because at least he's trying stuff, and at least there are some new ideas.